think we'll go Warlock. We did a Shaman earlier and went 8 or 9, I think. We had some good runs today. And we'll do one more for sure. If we get dunked super fast, maybe we'll do another one. I'm thinking one more run is good though. Maybe one more run. Orator's playing new Pokemon Snap. Oh. You don't say. Every time I look, somebody's just talking to the damn professor. I want to see them taking pictures of. I want to see them taking pictures of the fucking Pokemon. Take it slow. Alright, I'm gonna take it slow. I gained all my back and then some. Nice. Nice. Alpha Bunny had the biggest bet? Well. He's got the smallest testicles, but the biggest fart increase. Great. It's incredible. That's good news. Hey, he's referencing his own tiny testicles all the time. I don't know. New shirt? No, this is an old new shirt. This is the 3rd time we've worn it, Alez. You really haven't been here enough. That's Alez. That's Poet. That's me. That's Gerald. Reptar definitely has like a deformed boogie kind of vibe, right? Oh, my pants are wet. Someone went to Hot Topic. My mom bought this off the internet. Is that a fucking Reptar shirt? Yeah, and Alez is over here criticizing me. Remember my old Reptar shirt with a kid stole? It was all green and had a big Reptar on it. You might not remember it. That was an old school Reptar shirt I used to have. That show creeped me out as a kid. Me too. The animation was weird. It's like SpongeBob-y, but also grosser. It's like when they zoom in, it's like... All right, you guys good? We're good. We're gonna take it slow and help everyone get better, but specifically Mr. Juicy Fun. So this is gonna be an educational draft. So if you're actually trying to improve, sit down, get your stream viewer diaper on. This is gonna take about 15 minutes. Okay. Ugh, okay, all these cards suck. The first thing to know is that none of these are good. So in general, especially playing Warlock, so this is specific to Warlock, I think cheaper cards are better. If they're bad, they're better. They're less bad. They're less bad in Warlock because you can just tap. The problem with taking cards like this in other classes is you play it and then your opponent plays a different 2-drop and then they kill it. And then they keep their 2-drop. So they're going to get incremental advantage in the early game because you're playing a small minion and you're going to be down 1 card. But in Warlock, the size of your hand is easier to mitigate. It's easier to increase it. So that's kind of why cheaper cards are better in Warlock. You can just play all your cards out and then on turn 7, 8, 9 you can just you can draw 2 cards a turn. So you're not punished as hard for playing like a cheap tempo-y build. There's a lot of really good 6s as well, so I don't like taking cards like Big Time Racketeer with my first couple of picks. In general, I don't like it much, but if this was pick 29 and I didn't have a lot of 6s, I could run this a little more comfortably. I think it's the best card here. But you're already kind of thinking about what am I going to get offered, what about my curve, what class am I, etc., etc. And the 6s you kind of want are Claw Machine, Smug Senior, Dread Infernal, Shivara, etc. So if you get offered all those things, you're probably going to take them, and then you don't want to have now 6 drops because you took this one here. Murloc Tidehunter is kind of doo-doo. I'm going to take this one just because it's cheap and can buff something, and sometimes the buffs are relevant. But if you're not, like, I wouldn't take this card and think I got a good card. I'm just taking it because it's the least bad option, I think. Positive Adam, welcome back. Tunneler is terrible. You don't want a 1-mana 1/1 that doesn't do anything. This card says Death Rattle do something, but it actually doesn't. It just goes in your opponent's deck and then they never draw it. And then they do draw it and it goes in your deck. So it's terrible. Backfire's fine, but Brittlebone is premium removal. Anything that says destroy a minion, you just take it, basically. Okay, maybe not, but most things that kill an opponent's minion without being on the board already helps you come back. and helps you stay ahead if you're already ahead, lets you push base damage through a taunt, etc, etc. This card's insane. I would never take Infiltrator here. I just don't like that card. I think Grimoire's fine. I think Jeweler's fine. I think you could take either one and be fine with taking either one. I'm just going to take this because it's more of a singular effect that you can't get in other, from other cards. There's a lot of 3-mana 3/4s. Spider Tank does the same thing. The Divine Shield Frenzy guy's better. But you might not get offered cheap AoE, and we just got it here, so I'm just going to take it. Sometimes it's awkward, but I found this card is very easy to get some beneficial value off of. And taking it this early now, we can prioritize an egg or a card we want to kill ourselves. If we get a couple evil geniuses and we have an abundance of lackeys, we're going to value this card even higher because we'll be able to combo it off with a 1-drop that gets value. This is actually a tough pick, I think. It's tough in that Dark Portal's awful. You don't even look at it. Brittlebone, I think, is the pick. Like, unequivocally, I think it's the pick. This card is very good and very fun. So, I do think it's still Brittlebone. But I want Cabal Trafficker. You don't feel bad for playing it? Which one? This one? I mean, sometimes you feel bad when you have to kill one of your own minions, but it's usually worth the price. 6 is more fun, but the 4 is better. Yeah, if we didn't already have a Brittle, I would just slam the Brittle and feel bad. I'm gonna slam the Trafficker and not feel bad. If you're trying to win only and you're not concerned with having fun, I think just take the Brittlebone and you'll probably win a greater percentage of games. You never skip Brittlebone. Sometimes you do, because what happens sometimes is you end up with 2 Brittlebones and a Siphon Soul, and then all of a sudden, like, you have to Brittlebone a 3-drop or Siphon a 4-drop, and you really are not getting as much value because that's all your deck in hand can do. So I would say, in like what I was discussing, was I think Brittle's a better card there, especially this early in the draft. But I think it's wrong. I think it's the wrong mentality to say, like, you can't skip a card. You should look at every card as skippable, and if the reasoning for you taking the card is it's more fun, then that's cool. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's why I took that card. But I think that's sometimes how you end up with a deck full of good cards, but you don't have a good deck, where you took a bad you ended up with a bad deck because you. Hey, come on. Hey, Red Zesty, thank you for the support. I'm glad to provide it. You know, and it's again, it's not to like belittle anybody's drafting technique or to say like you're making a mistake 100% of the time. I think if you look at certain cards as unpassable, I think that probably hampers your drafting. Sometimes it's like it's not a question, right? Proto is just really, really good, and these cards are not good. So you would always take the Proto here. I would run my 8th Proto before I ran my first Sergeant, probably, but we're going to draft in a way in which we don't need a 1-mana 1/1 by taking cards like this and this over a 6-drop, so we don't have to take an abusive Sergeant. Sunreaver's fine. Vendor's bad. Og Merchant is a fine card. 1-mana pings are good, and again, sort of that Warlock mentality is if it's a 1-mana card and you have to throw it out on turn 1, you're going to just tap on turn 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 and replenish your hand. So if your opponent's using resources to kill this or is getting eaten by AoE, it's not as punishing as if you're a paladin or a hunter or a rogue. 6 gets wrecked versus Claw Machine. Well, you already get value, and if your barometer for not drafting cards is they get wrecked by Claw Machine, everything gets wrecked by Claw Machine. Claw Machine's one of the best cards in the meta. So that's kind of silly, right? To not take a card because it loses to Claw Machine. Like, how many Claw Machines have my opponents played today, and how many have I drafted? I've played 50 games today. I've seen 1 or 2 Claw Machines, and I was offered 1 in 4 drafts. So it's like, again, I think it's a mistake to always take every card and never consider passing cards, and it's I think it's usually a mistake to always draft and play around a card that's in 20% of decks or whatever. It's like, yeah, I mean, so what am I supposed to do, not draft any 6-drops because Claw Machine's good? Well, Brittlebone gets wrecked by Claw Machine, right? Like, they kill my guy and then play a 2-mana 5/5. Okay, well now my Brittlebone got wrecked too. It's time to build Murloc, Warlock. I'll pass on that. Finja's maybe the worst card in the meta. Nah, but it's got to be like top 20. Lars, a playable card, but unexciting. And Deathwing's good. I like Deathwing a lot. I'm happy to have it. Well. Rewarded for not taking Brittlebone. So we'll go through the pick here. Magtheridon is awful. You should never take it. A lot of people, inexperienced players, I think a lot of the time take Magtheridon and think it's good. Destroys everything, summons a gigantic thing. What ends up happening is you end up taking 12 damage or 9 damage from your opponent's 1/3s, or they Brewmaster it, or they evolve it, or your opponent has 5 minions and you can't get all 3 on the board, or you end up destroying your own minions at the same time you're destroying theirs, and then they just, you know, devolving missile your Magtheridon. The right pick is Rune Overlord Runthak. I think the card is very good. Kazakis is really good too. If this was pick 27 and we only had 1/4, I could conceive that you know, Kazakis might be the right pick. It's very powerful. This early, you're really handicapping your deck to take it, and you already have a 4, and it's not a 4 you keep in your opener. That being said, I like Kazakis. It's more fun. You get a lot of Runthaks from athletic studies. I mean, not me, but my opponents and stuff. Runthak's more common. Kazakis is fun, so if you're trying to win, just take the Runthak. But I don't think you're losing by taking Kazakis, per se. Gets good outcome from a random unrelated event rewarded. Are you talking about me? Runthak's not bad. No, Runthak's phenomenal. It's one of the strongest cards in the meta. We can take a strong 2 or a strong 3. We wouldn't want to take a weak 3. I dropped many Pokemon. Hired Gun is just way worse than both of these cards. So sometimes later in the draft, or I guess even early, you might want to prioritize something that fits your curve a little better. I wouldn't do it right now, but because we're not really hurting right now. Best 3, it's up there. No, it's not the best 3. It's the Paladin Dormant guy and the Mage Dormant guy are better, I would say. Firebrand's probably better, but it's very good. Delinquent strong too, but I'm gonna just take the 3. I feel like this card is so good. This is very good too, but it's just preference. You could take either one there and be okay. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Scorpid's a better 3. Scorpion. Sunwell might be better. Sneaky D. They're both very good. I just think it's easier to get 2s than good 3s. Toxafin's terrible. I don't like this card. Mostly any 3-mana 2/4 that dies to Fishy Flyer, I don't like. And again, we talked about how you don't really want to play around cards specifically, but Fishy Flyer is very common, and I think a 3/4 is better anyway. If this was a 3-mana 1/4, I'd take it, you know, but whatever. This is a better card, I think. Infiltrator's bad. Readers should be bad for us. Oh, I gotta remember, I'm drafting this slow. I gotta remember I gotta try to avoid 4s. We should have cards in our hand, and we can just tap, so we don't need an effect like this. Shitty 1-drops, again, I do think are better in Warlock, because you can mitigate the, you know, the value lost. But Vile Fiend's just a premium too. This is the card you're really looking to pick up on too. Scrap Imp and Vile Fiend, basically. I'm happy to take another one. Raise Dead's pretty cool. It's a cute little play. We have very good minions to get back in the late game, and, you know, decent ones early. But I'm just going to be responsible here and take the Vile Fiend and win games because we have 2 Vile Fiends in the deck. I think Broom is a fine card. Don't let Alez tell you, you know, you got to take every Broom. Broom passing ass. Don't let him, you know, bully you into taking Broomstick. It's a fine card. I wouldn't take it over Vile Fiend here, but I would be happy to have it in the deck, especially when you're running things like Proto Drake and Trafficker and such. And again, Raised Dead, always good. I'd like to pick up a Raised Dead, especially with 2 Vile Fiends in the deck, but not over them. Look at the 12-win runs on the Discord. You'll see an overabundance of Brooms. Free coaching. Juicy asked me to go slow, so I'm going to help to, and plus maybe we can go for a whiskey and a cola after the draft. Villager's fine, Patron's horrible, and the reason it's horrible to articulate is if a card has stats Like there's certain stat lines you have to get, right? You have to get a 2 mana 2/3 or a 2 mana 3/2. You have to get a 3 mana 3/4 or a 3 mana 4/3 or better. You have to get a 4 mana 4/5 or 4 mana 5/4. And if you're not getting that, there has to be a reason why. It either has to be the best of a bad bunch, or it has to do something to compensate for its lack of stats. So Villager's a fine card. I would take it over Patron 100 times out of 100. 100 times. I would never take Patron over Villager. There's no amount of synergy or anything that would ever make me take Patron here over Villager. But this one here, you're lacking the stats, but the effect is so powerful. Cheap AoE, right? We said we might not get offered much. We did get offered one, but this is phenomenal. AoE attached to a body is you know, Abyssal Enforcer, this, Primordial Drake, and we already have some synergistic cards that don't take damage. So we free trade their 3/3 or their 3/4, their 4/3 or whatever, and then we just scoop up the rest of the board and we keep our board. Card is unfair. So I don't care about the Kazakus implications. It's just, this card is so powerful. I'm happy to take it. Your Kazakus, it's fine. Because this is a card you keep in your opener. You mulligan for this card. This card is so good. And we're a Warlock, so we're going to draw half our deck every game, at least. Flame Imp is kind of overrated these days. It is better than Arcanist. I think it's a card you'd play, like, but I'm not happy to play it. I don't really care how much demon synergy I have. I don't want to take the damage. When I'm paying 2 mana for a 3/5 with Rush, I don't want to pay 1 mana for a 3/2 that kills me. Or if I'm paying 1 mana for effectively, you know, a better effect, but I'm not taking damage. Like, this is not what I want to do anymore. Demonic Studies is fun and good. Flexible. You know, you can play it early. You can find a Vile Fiend. You can find a Scrap Imp. You can play it late. Plus, it can give you that 5-drop guy I like a lot, Rustwix. So easy Raise Dead. Happy to take a Raise Dead here. Terror Guard's terrible. Any of these cards that add cards to your opponent's side of the board are just not good. This card is one of the lowest played win rates. Stranglethorn is playable but unexciting. I'd rather do better things on 5. But it's a playable card. But Raise Dead is kind of like, it's kind of cool. We have a very high quality of cards and good early game. Some good early game minions to get back. And something like this, if you're getting Evil Genius or such, like, it gets insane. We should probably take the Raider here. Bouncer's just not good. Again, if you're not getting 4/5 or 5/4 worth of stats, it's gotta have a really good effect. This is just like, you have to work hard to make your card an acceptable amount of stats. And extra attack isn't very good. If it got extra health, it would probably be a strong card. It can give you Rustwix, exactly. Just taking notes. No worries. It's all right. It's easier because it's harder to read chat while I'm breaking down the picks like this. Plus, it will take an hour if I read every message right now. Raider's just the pick, but I love Cable Rat, man. So Raider's just a strong card to have. I just, any card that can give me Ysera, or I like it with Raise Dead. Getting the lackeys in the pool is good. It's good if you get Evil Geniuses to eat it. I like it. I think this card benefits a good player, where you can like weave in the lackeys to optimal use. This card's just a little more straightforward, but I think we can get a lot of that type of effect. Whereas being able to find a Ysera or a Siphon Soul or rush, you know, a poison minion isn't always so easy to find. So I like it. Okay, we should take Fishy Flyer here, I think, which is the best card. I think I like it more than Dirigible. Navigator's just not in the discussion because, again, stats aren't good, effect's not good, and you already have a better equivalent costed card, so you just immediately disregard it. I'm gonna take the Dirigible because I am dreaming of the Kazakus implications. You know, it's a fantasy at this point, but I am dreaming, so. It's a fantastic 3 and we need 3s. I think it's a good 3. I don't think it's fantastic, especially if you're gonna try to pass on 4s actively. But it's a good 3. It's definitely a card you're okay running. But it's more of a card that you can play on 3 and not be unhappy, but also gives you some flexibility on turn, you know, 6, 7, 8 to crack through something you have to kill. Shavara could be very good. I got no problem picking up a Shavara in general. Another Raised Dead. They do kind of get better in multiples and also worse. The damage you take, you know, is relevant, but you know, getting repeated Draconic Lackeys or, you know, just flooding the board with Vile Fiends in the early game is a real thing. I just think when you get offered the premium, you just win the game if you play them type cards. You just take them, especially at this point in the draft, where we've been pretty responsible with our curve. We have a good curve. We have only 3 cards that cost more than 4 mana, so we're not really worried about taking a big card. And this is where passing the 6 drop on pick 1 pays off, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm not like, I don't all of a sudden have 5 6s and I really want this 8, but it gets actively worse in my deck because it's going to screw up the mana curve. It's just a good card for our mana curve, and it's an unfair card. So Redbeard chose his mods wisely. I did. My brain is growing. Holy shit. Don't ever take Underling. Remember the stats. Don't add these stats that it can give, because it can also not give them. You only get a 4 mana 2/2. This is amongst the worst cards you can get. Warden, whatever. Bad, playable card, but underwhelming. And Abyssal's just one of those premium, don't pass it, same type of effect, you know. But you get to control it. You get to trade all of your Vile Fiends and your Cable Rats and your Entertainers into their 5/5s and then clear the board. So while it deals damage to both sides, you have all the decision making there. I am glad to get offered another Rusteed. I do want that Initiate as well. It will only be our 4th 3. So at this point, you do want to like start to look at your curve. We have 4 things we can do on 2. We have 3 things we can do on 3. And I think those are your most important mana slots, 2 and 3. So it's like, do you have enough 3s to pass this one and take a strong 5? And the reality is like, yeah, we probably do, but I do want somewhere between 4 and 6 good 3 drops. And if we're going to be skipping 4 or trying to skip 4 some percentage of the time, you really can't miss 3. And you can play Raider on that same side of the coin, but when in doubt, I think I just take the cheaper card that I know is going to fill a slot in my curve that I know I'm going to need still with 10 picks left. So here's where I just happily take Broom. Alez, you know, gets punished. He said the 12-win decks have Broom. I think the 12-win decks take Broom here and also end up with whatever else I got, a Vile Fiend or something, or a Raised Dead. So we end up with the best of both worlds. And that's part of drafting well, is being able to weigh potential offerings, being able to make the best pick, but also maybe hedge a little bit. That's kind of something you have to navigate. But Raid Leader's just a bad card, and Blossom's just a terrible card, and Broom's a fine card. And we have really good cards for Broom, like Proto Drake and Abyssal, and even, you know, Cabal. Big, meaty cards that just come down and don't do anything. But now we get to, you know, make them do something if we want. Oh no. Alright, we're gonna take a 4. And thanks so much, Juicy, for the gifted sub. We're gonna take a 4 here. I don't really care about Kazakis enough to take a Terror Guard Escape. I'm just not gonna do it. We would have been way better off trading the Kazakis for the Runthak, but I like to draft Kazakis because it's fun and it makes the draft more interesting. But for sure, the way we got offered and some of the picks we made, Runthak would have been very, very good. I think Dwarf is fine. Well, not fine. I think Dwarf is very good. I think Dwarf is underrated. It's good with things like Vile Fiend. It's good with these Initiates. Your opponent plays one, you play one. You just play the Dwarf and free trade theirs, and you keep your Divine Shield. You think about those things while you're playing. What are common scenarios? What are the cards that are in my deck that I'm going to have to be facing? Because I have good cards. Well, it's good against and with, and good against and with most of my deck. Crystal Weaver is very strong too, because you're getting a better stat line. And we have double Vile Fiend. We've got some, you know, you're really looking for cheap demons that come out before it. It's very close. I think they're both phenomenal for our deck, except for the Kazakis implications. I think you could make an argument for either one. But with the 2 Vile Fiends and these guys, knowing I'm going to go up against other people with those, I'm going to take the Dwarf here. But I wouldn't fault you for the opposite. Have a good night, Redbeard. It's been great chilling here. Yeah, we were lucky to have you. Thank you so much for the support and for being here. Here we could take another cheap AoE, but the ship has sailed on the Kazakis. It's fine. Some games will draw our entire deck and we'll Kazakus. I bet we cast an active Kazakus once in the 11-win game. We'll take Blast Crystal because it's just a single target removal. We passed a Brittlebone earlier. The times your opponent plays a Proto and you have to kill it, or they play one of these and if it goes unanswered you lose, or your opponent plays a Keymaster, you just kind of want access to this type of effect. Not so much this. I don't want to discard my very strong late game card, so... Okay, Altar of Fire does nothing. Nothing. That card is horrible. And in general, I think 2/3s are better than 3/2s. So if it's just a River Croc against a Razor Fen, just a pure stat line, I would take the 2/3. Lets you trade Wand Makers and you know, there's 2/2 elementals that Shaman has, and you can bump into your opponent's 2/3 and then kill it with an Aug Merchant or a Mortal Coil or whatever. It's just a better stat line in general. Health is more important than attack most of the time. But the healing matters in Warlock, and I'm happy to pick this 2 up specifically. We also need another 2, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, but I wouldn't really count these as 2 drops. I want to start the game with because the stats are so bad. This is more of a 3 drop, in fact, in my analysis. Here, interesting. Rager is very strong. I would never consider Substitute because I think Gold Road is just better than Substitute. But man, Rager is very enticing. Again, with the double Vile Fiend, double Initiate, they're very good. Big fat bodies to stick them on. Gold Road's cool, but it's just slow. I don't love it. It's like, what happens is your opponent just plays, you know, whatever, free kill for it. A Brittle Moan or whatever. It just doesn't do a lot. When it's good, it's just good. It's never great. When this card is good, it's phenomenal. So I'm gonna take it. Never consider Raid Leader. The stats are just too bad. The effect is a trap. I think, because there are times where you're not gonna have a board. You have to factor that into your analysis of a card. I think Firebird is fine. You know, the Kazakus, it doesn't matter, but any extra 4s just make it that much less likely. I'd rather just take a 2 again. We have 1, 2, 3. I'd consider this our 4th real 2 drop, and then in a pinch we could do, you know, 5 or 6 things on 2, and I'd like to have a minimum of 4 real 2s, and I'd be happier with 5 or 6. Oh god, I almost picked it. Wow. I mean, a second Raised Dead, I'd be happy to nab one if I could. Thank you, Juicy, for the 1,000 bits. Jeez Louise. Thank you. I'm going to finish up the draft, and then I'm going to pour Whiskey and Coal, and then we're going to bang this one out and go 12. This deck looks very strong. Might not go 12, but what happens usually is you take all this time to explain all the picks, and then this deck will go 2 and 3. That's what usually happens. And then everything I say sounds like, you know, malarkey, but I think it's actually a very good deck. But anyway, picking up another 2 would be fine. I did say I wanted to pick up 1 more for sure. We have only a few more picks. A second Raised Dead, I'd be happy to run 2. I think it's a very strong card. 0 mana, draw 2 cards effectively. But man, 2 Protos, 2 Abyssals. This card is just one of those, like, these cards are so good. I actually don't know what Abyssal's win rate is. I'm assuming it's still very, very high. It might be lower than I think. I'll be surprised if it's under 60. Abyssal? 63%. So Abyssal has stood the test of time, which puts it in that top like 25, 30 cards, and that's including all the legendary dragons, all the, you know, white mane, Keymaster. Like it's in that realm of like non-legendary best cards, best card pool. Mail fees, thanks for the subscription. Oh shit. I don't want these. Well, it's okay. We're just gonna forget the Kazakus train. I hate Toxaphene. If I had only 1 other 4 or 0 4s right now in the draft, I would take Toxaphene and just hope to never draw it, so my Kazakus would be more impactful. I think Corsair's probably just fine. It's just unexciting. It just doesn't do a lot, but the body is fine. I just don't like it. I'm gonna take this demon card. There's demon synergy. We still have a few picks. We could get a Minari Mosher. We could discover a Mosher, and that could be a thing. It doesn't get hit by this card, so we can coin this out, play this, trade that, have a 9/1. Just thinking about plays you can make. Of course, there's probably the right pick, but I don't know. I hate them both. Initiate's fine. Blowgill's fine. I think I'd rather have the ping. This card's horrible. Again, you really need to be getting a 3-mana 3/4. Just base stat line. And it doing damage is irrelevant. It's like, it's stupid. It dies to my 1-drop. And my 2-drop. My bad 2-drop. Free kills this thing. So, last pick. Second Brush is not too bad, but I'm happy to just grab a Sky Stalker. It's another really good card. We really don't have that much late game or you know, that mid game kind of slot, and this is a really good one. I think it's still probably somewhat underrated. I think that card is very strong. Okay, I hope that helped to let you understand, everyone, not just Juicy, but what I pick and why, and more importantly, like what I pick and why when in the draft. I think that's the thing that people really have the hardest time. People are like, oh yeah, I know I'm supposed to take Vile Fiend, I know I'm supposed to take Proto, but what am I supposed to do when it's Vile Fiend against Proto on pick 1 or on pick 10 or on pick 20? And I hope that helped a little. Sometimes you fly through the draft as a streamer or somebody that plays all the time, and it's like it becomes kind of mechanical. Oh, I want to do this at this time. Already 112. I think if we could trade the Kazakus for the run deck, I would predict this deck would go probably like 9 or 10. As it is, I would be disappointed with this run if it goes less than 7, but I won't be surprised if it doesn't, or if it only goes 7, because Arbor Up exists and Keymaster, and some games we're going to be holding, you know, a Wanderer and a Kazakus and just hating our life, or our opponent's, you know, going to start strong and we're going to have Abyssal and it's going to be not quite enough to clear the board and prevent us from taking damage. Kazakus is poop, but other than that, we have good cards. Yeah, we really don't have many absolute stinkers in the deck, but what you really want to do, I think, a lot of the times is check and see, do you have like the premium cards? Like, do you have the Brittle and the Proto and the Abyssal? Are you going to be able to just put a card down on turn 8 that if your opponent can't answer, you just win? You get a free win. And if you don't have those things, man, you gotta have a really good tempo deck, or you gotta have a very specific style of control deck, or extremely synergistic deck. Depends on our early, yeah, but we have 2 Vile Fiends and 2 Initiates, so I'm not worried about our early at all. I mean, it might not work, but I'm not worried. 7 Seemed a Dream. Caught you on a bad run. Yeah, we're on a little bit of a streak there, but you know, you're always gonna go through that. But that was an odd one. We had really like 3 or 4 days where it was just like anomalous. Is that a word? It was odd. Opponents playing some egregious stuff. We got sniped a few times confirmed in that. I had a suspicion of a few more, but our decks were also just bad. This deck's not bad. This deck is very good. We might play it bad. We might play it poorly. We might you know, we might not get lucky, or you know, we might get unlucky, but it's a good deck. Those other decks were like, you're starting out without an opportunity to win a lot of the time. Let's see that PP grow in the key. Well, I thought you would finally, you know, tell me to start up the premium fans only. Anyway, I'm gonna go pour the whiskey and cola, and then we'll do this one. I'll go back to playing fast and make. Ba 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 ba. Ear reveal. Ugh, gross. Sorry. All right, we can even break down our mulligan a little bit. I don't know. These cards cost less, so I'm gonna keep them. Kazakus is almost active. Bet? Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. Brownie. Let's get a bet going. Start prediction. Will red win? You know what? Let's set the bet to 8. I'm very confident in this deck. 8's a little tougher than 7. Will you please wear headphones? Will you please wear headphones to Red TwitchCon? Yeah. Yeah, I go in full Redbeard cosplay, of course. Will Redbeard play 12 Kazakus? Yes. Probably not, but I bet we play a few, because I bet we play at least one active Kazakus this run. Is Grimoire not good to keep with Lackey Minion in hand? I don't like to keep cards that are going to force me to be behind in the early game. You know what I mean? Like if I'm keeping a response, then I'm planning on not playing minions, and I'd rather use. We drafted 2 Vile Fiends and 2 Initiates so that we can force our opponent to have those answers, and hopefully have them play them inefficiently and incorrectly, so we can keep pushing our advantage. Cosplay, yeah, wasn't that funny? It's like, this is much better than hoping that he plays a bunch of things that die to our kind of hey, hoping that he plays some stuff that dies to our spell. So many 4s? Yeah, it's alright. We'll be alright. Have I ever experienced someone who was just instant conceded after seeing that they were up against the famous Redbeard? I think so. Yeah, for sure. There's sometimes people from chat queue in on accident, and they concede out of respect, or not respect, but like respect for the inconvenience of queuing into me, like they didn't mean to. But I don't mind if we play like a legit game, but that does happen sometimes. Okay, I told you guys not to draft that card, so now I hope he doesn't kill me with it. That would be a disaster. I'm gonna play this one first. I was gonna say, if we can buff either of these, then we'll know which one to play. Oh, we also should separate these. That was my bad. In case he has combustion. Like, that's a way to kind of get to some of them. Time to get killed by Magtheridon? It's possible. I mean, just because a card works doesn't mean you should take it. If you find it fun, cool, but Magtheridon's gonna lose you more games than you win. But he is gonna win some. Hey everyone, hey Cam, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Mayteth and Daniel Digital and Joey, thank you guys so much for following. Sorry, I was babbling about this stuff before. Are these demons? If I can get an evolved Lackey, it's over, right? Darn. I play this, I can tap. I like tapping here because I wanted to just get deeper, trying to find, like, give us an extra turn or two to trying to get to the Blastoise or the Brittle in case he's holding, you know, something. Tap last. Yeah, I mean, whatever. You shouldn't tap last. You should always tap first if you're gonna tap. And sometimes you want to save brain power, and that is worth something if you're gonna stream 8 hours, especially, or sit and play a 2-hour arena run. I think it is worth something to save some brain power. Fallen Hero, that's kind of funny. Did you see my message on Discord? I did, but then I fell back asleep. I'm sorry, I forgot to write back, but I did. It was very kind. Order? Are you guys talking about the order of rolling that thing? Yeah, I guess. Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. Guess I'm tapping. I mean, I'm gonna kill it. I guess I'd like to force him to do something, and in my estimation, he'll do a fucking nothing, you know what I mean? But like, let's say, like, this is a good example of why this card sucks. Because, like, one, he's dead, and I'm gonna kill him with the Brittle Bone, it doesn't matter. But like, let's say he plays a Scorpion to activate, he has to lose his own Scorpion. So it's not like he's even developing anything with it. I was kind of hoping he would activate it here so that I wouldn't lose my whatever. But it's fine. But like this has done so much damage to him. It's like did way more damage to him than his Magtheridon did to me. I got gifted a sub, you lucky duck. I only have the blast crystal, right? Like, are the yeah, just the blast crystals left. So it's a little awkward. I can kill it off, right? So I like that's another reason why this card sucks. Is I can just kill it right now. Right? Like I mean, I don't care. It's like it stops you from developing sometimes too. Yeah, that card really stinks. You're welcome. Thanks for being a part of the community. It's wonderful to have the real Norwood. And Juicy Fruit. Hey, Juicy. Now that it's kind of calmed down a little. What did you think of Red Zesty? I don't know if you had heard legendary rumors of Red Zesty before. Did she lived up to the hype, huh? Wasn't it wild? It's like, whoa. Incredible. I'm so happy for anybody that made it to the Red Zesty show. I'm gonna just hit him. Zesty is the best. She's wonderful. And then I'm not trying to be crass or crude or anything, but if anybody checked out the Discord, Zesty made 2 posts, one in the boobs and dogs section for her dog, and then one in the boobs and dog section. And let's just say she didn't post her another picture of Sarge there. She posted a picture of her teats. You know, with some of them covered, not all of them. You say Red Zesty is the bestie? You just say whatever she tells you to say, that's it. Arbor Up is nutty in Arena. Isn't it nutty in Constructed, or is it not good in Constructed? It's one of the, I think it's probably the dumbest card in Arena. Strongest card, but also just I wish it was not in the game. But hey, 1 win. It's good when you can take 20-30 minutes to analyze the draft, rationalize it, reason it, and not go 0-3. That's great. Got a run at the moment with 3 nature studies and 2 arbor ups. Not bad. I've done 10 druids in a row without an arbor up, maybe. I'm not sure, but 4 infinite ones without an arbor up. So that's cool. I think they were good too. It was like 7, 8, 9, 10 or something. They were. It wasn't like 7, 7, 7. So normally I like to coin 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. But again, I really consider this more of a 3 drop. That could change things, but I consider this more of a 3 drop. So you can play this, then this plus the lackey. If you get like, evolve, you're getting a 3 drop and a 1/1. If you're getting like, discover a spell or a dragon, it's fine. If you're summoning a 1 drop, another 1 drop, and a 2 drop with that other lackey, that's really good. Arbor Up is played in Token Druid deck, but it's not that good of a deck. Oh, okay. Man, I love this card. Mean Streets is a really cool set. I mean, we got a 2-drop, but still. Zestiness was zesty. It's just really wonderful. You know what kind of sucks too is I'd rather just have the Cable Rat in the what the fuck? All right, don't draft this card either. This is like bottom 5 played win rate, and it might not even be any fault of his own. It's just hard to play that card. It just sucks. If you're not mage, I wouldn't draft it at all. So we'll raise dead first. See what's up. Try to get the evolve lackey. Not that we have any control, but are those the only things that have died? Could play this. Maybe this is fine. Because now we have the rush protected. Not that our next turn looks too good, but it's good. 56% win rate. Not bad. Not bad. But not like meta defining, right? So do we want the heal or do I want to deal the 3? I'll just deal the 3. Remember, all of our cards, all of our minions have rush right now while this is out. Not a good card to play early, but if you're ahead, you're gonna stay ahead. Token George is like you are playing Exodia. If you get the right cards, you win. You don't play against an opponent. You are playing your draws. That makes sense. I like running decks like that to do my daily quests and whatnot. So I can just concede if I don't get it. I can just play as fast as possible. I don't have to play extra constructed, you know? Like that's why I liked playing Spell Mage. Man, I love this card. Careful. They warned you. It's fun because the game's either won or lost by turn 4. Yeah, it's a good way to like if I'm gonna have to play constructed, I don't want to play 5 20-minute constructed games. Preferably. This is fine. What we're really doing here is just playing mana efficient as much as we can, and then we'll figure out, I mean, goal is proto and then win the game. How much did I miss? We've had mostly infinite runs, and we got a Yogg off in a deck that only had 8 spells. I think we had 8 spells counting the coin in a mage deck, which that was pretty cool. You know how I enjoy that type of behavior. The extra mana is sort of cool from Dark Lair, but I think the guaranteed heal, when we may not utilize the mana or take damage, is probably better. Dark Lair? I like Dark Lair. Come out to play. We could play stuff. It's kind of awkward. Like you can bump and play this, but I don't play anything else. Which makes it awkward. I could bump there and play this, but it's not quite enough to kill that. So I don't think this is ever it. I honestly don't just, I guess it's always, we start with a tap and we see if we get something to play with Fire Breather, which I think is reasonable. Or we could just Brittle Bone. All right, you know what? We've got the Deathwing. Let's keep the pressure up. And it's nice to have the Friendly Bartender. I really love that card. What did we gain? 3-4 life for a River Croc? It's a sweet deal. The bet for that run was if you will cast Active Yogg 69 times. No, it was, well, we cast him once because we didn't have enough spells, and then it was like 9-1 no, and then we got him in the second game. Some people made a fortune. You don't see them here now because I think they retired to Fart Islands. They retired to their own private Fart Island. Some lucky sons of, I'm stuck here working every day. They're capitalizing. Blah blah blah. That's what he. Yeah, come on. Could just play this. I think this is better though. Scorpions are good. That's where I'm a Viking. You're a Viking on Bard Island. The hype train conductor himself is here. Juicy was getting hyped. I think. Do I have a favorite Nickelodeon cartoon? I think it's Hey Arnold. I think it's Hey Arnold for when I was a kid, and I've actually gone back and watched, you know, a little bit. I think it holds up relatively well. Do like Hey Arnold a lot though. I loved Hey Arnold and I loved Recess. I loved that kind of like kid community. Like they had like a hierarchy. Like people had jobs. Like you were the swing kid, or you were the digging kids, or you know, you were the stoop kid. I don't know. I like that so much. I don't even know what we're doing. I just already made my decision. I guess this play allows us to just keep pushing damage. Gives him less turns to get draws. Recess was your favorite? I liked a lot. And this song's pretty cool too. I liked a lot when I was a kid, specifically. I liked you know, Recess and Hey Arnold. I liked SpongeBob and Rocket Power, Rugrats, and you know, the Angry Beavers and Rocco. I kind of like, you know, you'd put that on Saturday morning and whatever. That was cool. But I think Hey Arnold and Recess kind of stood out, and they kind of stood the test of time. I think they're still kind of entertaining. The voice actor for Mikey? I hope not. Invader Zim. I never saw Invader Zim. I was a little past my time, and then a lot of the edgy kids liked Invader Zim. I didn't. I wasn't so hip on that. I can't see. Is that enough? Can't play these, so I guess I'll just take Dread Infernal. Is that Kazakis active? No, he's not even close. Oh my god, all my 4s are left. Might have the guy who did his singing voice. Oh. Who was that? What's his name, right? I never got into Hey Arnold because I did not like the drawing style. Recess was a banger. Yeah, sometimes the drawing style, if it didn't mesh with like your kid preferences, you just didn't like it. I couldn't get into Ed, Ed, and Eddie because I thought it was just drawn so poorly. It was distracting. Josh, what up, dude? Watched it when I was 18. I loved it. Yeah, I know of Invader Zim. I know, you know, if you go into Hot Topic, they like Invader Zim and they like Nightmare Before Christmas Lie. And there's a million things to watch. I'd be lying if I said, yeah, okay, I'll go watch Invader Zim. Yeah, I might watch it, but I'm not, you know, not gonna go out of my way, I don't think. I was never into action cartoons as a kid. I like TMT or Marvel. Everyone thinks I must have been a weird kid. Biker Mice from Mars. Biker Mice from Mars was dog shit. So was Street Sharks. It was a scam. They were tricking us into I had a Street Sharks toy. Probably had a Biker Mouse from Mars too. Bianca Baja. Bianca, good to have you here. Really wonderful. I love the Turtles. The Marvel, oh man, the X-Men animated series and Spider-Man on Fox. That was the only good thing Fox had. And then the Batman animated series was cool too. Hey Arnold was always strange for me. Why do they all eat together? It's a rental. Yeah, it wasn't relatable in that sense. I loved it though. Man, remember Arnold's room? What about Cat Dog? I didn't like Cat Dog. I also kind of didn't like the art style, and I don't know, Cat Dog wasn't very good, was it? I didn't like Cat Dog. Sometimes they'd be like, oh, cat dog, all right, time to do my homework, you know? All right, this is the good time, I don't want to watch TV. My celebrity guilty pleasure is Miley Cyrus. I think Wrecking Ball is a good song. I think that's a nice song to listen to. I also find Miley Cyrus to be incredibly attractive. I know the internet kind of likes to hate on attractive people sometimes, but man, I like short-haired babes. All Real Monsters, that one was okay. I don't remember it too much. I remember it kind of scaring me as a kid, like making me a little uncomfortable. Tavern regular one. We have the Valera one. I took Valera. We took Mage this time around, so we have Valera and Jaina. Hour-long pilot episode is most of the great moments. Huh. I'm certainly not opposed to it. We're gonna do it in this order. We get the 3 damage and we get the trade. And this is kind of what we talked about, how insane this card is. Like, we went second, and on turn 4, he's got less health than us, and we have the only minion on board. That card's nuts. What about your Hearthstone friend, Ariana Grande? Didn't Ariana Grande get in trouble for having terror? Wow, what a draw. Have I only lost 1 card? I don't really care. Because I get to keep the board. That's got to be our best draw, even if we're only, like, just keeping a 4-3 on board and not having to lose 2 cards. Huge. The Beast Transformer show with the Gorilla? Yeah, Beast Wars. I didn't like Beast Wars as much. Who aired Beast Wars? I feel like it might have been WB or UPN, maybe? Animorphs? Did they have I mean, they had Beast Wars. Animorphs were the books, right? They were kind of the same. No, they were like kids turning into animals or something. But Beast Wars. I've seen that one, Butt Spot. That one is a favorite of mine. Can you do a Nigel impression, Red? Okay, sure. Hold on. I gotta look at myself first. Puppet. Oh, Puppet. Oh, there's monkeys. Oh, the monkeys are throwing their poop again. Oh, Puppet. Yeah, I do a pretty good Nigel Thornberry. Yeah. I liked that one, but I didn't love it. I thought it was pretty good, but it could use some improvement. It had one of the best, like, intros, you know? Is that meant to be his nose? Yeah, that's his nose and his teeth. Oh, and I could, like, I don't know what he said. Probably talking about monkeys or whatever. But I assume he said puppet. He had like a pet name for Eliza, but it had such a good intro, right? You want to know something secret? I got the ability to talk to animals. Ooh, and I was all like, whoa, shit, I'm in. Let's do it. This is time now. I don't really want to give up my my thingamabob. Ooh, I would have traded and dropped that. Fatty Boombalatti, no problemo. I don't know. This is probably a strong consideration, but it's such a good effect. And why do you trade that one? Let me see his name. He might be sniping. Sloppy Joe. I've definitely played against Sloppy Joe. I recognize the name, and usually I don't recognize the names. The intro was great. Remember the cheap-ass pens you bought at the store that looked cool? The ones that had like 3 buttons so you could do green, red, or blue? Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, put me down for 6 of them. Work. Yeah. Okay, Jezzy, TF Jezzy? Was that my old friend Jezebel? From primary school? It could be Jezebel. I think she became a professional TFT player. Maybe not. The hell is this guy running? Instead of out of time. And he's also pissing me off. Playing all those doesn't make sense if he snipes. Just a bad trade. Yeah, you're probably right. I actually haven't paid attention at all to the game. I couldn't tell you one play he made other than he played a Sky Stalker at some point, I think. The pens that had cool designs at the top but broke so easy. Made a fake ivory. That I don't know what the hell you're talking about. A lot of mine had edible erasers that I found out after the fact weren't actually edible. Who would have thunk it? That takes off 2 power, right? Just trying to make sure red goes to bed on time. I've been going to bed at like 10 or 11. I woke up today for the first time in a few weeks in the middle of the afternoon. And I was up for a few hours, and then I was able to go back to bed for a few hours. I prefer to sleep in like one block. It doesn't, I don't know, my schedule's like super wonky, right? It's 9. I mean, there's very few bad plays here. There's just different plays. Takes off 2, that takes off 2. That takes off 3, and that takes off 2, so that's 5. Let's do that, I guess. Just awkward for him, right? It's kind of cool. I got Swamp Queen Hagatha. I love that card. Really fun. You gotta show me a picture, Juicy. I want to see this. I am a male. Yeah, me too. That makes 2 of us. TFT player versus a BFP player. I'm not a player. I'm just a casual fan. I don't participate. But yeah, Hagatha's really fun. Really good card too, man. It's gonna pay for that, certainly. Hey, oh, he's still dead, huh? Okay, we heard this song earlier. I remember because it's really cool, but this mix keeps playing. It's the one that makes a lot of sounds. Hey, we have 701 subscribers on the YouTube. F yeah, that's great. If anybody wants to sub, we're putting out a lot of full arena runs. Wow, that one has 406 views? Wow. Wait, have we not put one up in 5 days? Uh-oh. Oh crap. Do we, oh my gosh, do I need to... Nice runs. Yeah, mostly infinite. We had a 10 win, an 8 or a 9. I think we had a 7, a 9, a 10, and then a 4. I think the mage was terrible and went 4. Uh-oh. I didn't realize we haven't put anything up in a few days. I guess I could, I don't know how to put stuff up on YouTube. Okay, let's play the big playlist, and I'm sure we'll find something we like. And we'll put it on shuffle and hope it actually shuffles. Hey Hearthstoner, how are you, man? I'm gonna try to hit a real 2, but if we have to play that on 3 or 2, so be it. We need Vile Fiends. Time to fire Rampy Geek. He's probably been busy, maybe, or maybe... I always worry he's gonna get mad at me for, you know... Yeah. He's just gonna be like, oh, I don't want to put shit up or whatever. If I can pick up a Vile Fiend, that'd be great. Also, I think I saw Hearthstoner. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm trying to see if we have anything coming out. How do you, like, oh, manage videos? Bum, bum. Oh, no, we don't have anything coming out. Oh dear, I can't do this on my own. I mean, I could, but I don't know how. Even I have uploaded videos to YouTube. If I can figure it out, I'm sure you can too. Well, I know how, actually. It's just, yeah, I don't really want to. I have no idea. Only thing I know how to send stuff is through my Razor. Yeah, you can send it wherever. You can send it wherever. Oh crap, our YouTube is, you know, people love it, I thought. Yeah, this is a banger. This is the Redbeard Synthwave playlist. I composed this one. Can I send it on the butt cord? Butt spot, you slay me. Song name? It's called The Storm, or yeah, it's called The Storm by Note Taker. No. Remember we were looking for that Dark Iron Dwarf for this? Soul Ren's really good, but it's a lot of work we had to do to deal with that thing. Yeah, this is on playlist, so if you need anything, if you dig any of the tracks, just let me know. I'll try to pull them out. Oh, but I can't just upload stuff on YouTube though, because RefuGeek makes the he makes the little pictures. I don't know how to do that. He's overloaded. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, whatever. I've plucked a couple from your lo-fi playlist to my one Spotify. Yeah. One on Spotify. Yeah, no problem, man. We haven't been listening to a lot of lo-fi, so I don't like actively cultivate it. Is that a word? But the synthwave one I still add tracks to. Sometimes. I feel like there's more songs that get taken away than I've added lately though. Heavy. All I want is Trafficker, unimpeded. Is it gonna hero power a 2-1? That's fine. I'll make you a thumbnail, easy peasy. Like the same ones Mr. RefuGeek makes? Or better. Oh, that stinks. I don't want that one. I hope I get to trade that 3-1 in. Wow, I don't get to trade the 3-1. Oh, I could play Abyssal. That's fine. Hey, Bongers. I don't think anyone in chat really likes lo-fi much. I think people do. I think more so. I think people do. We played a couple hours of lo-fi the other day. Tiberius asked if we could, and I was like, sure. But I think more so people don't hate lo-fi, and I don't think they hate synthwave. Some people do, but I think a lot of people don't. And I hate streams. I hate streams without music. Makes me uncomfortable. Lieutenant Eddie's have the best thumbnails. Who's that? Oh, he's a YouTube guy, right? Streamer maybe too. Just Google book fair pens. Okay, thank you. Book fair pens. Oh yeah, no, I hated those. I hated those with the hand on them. I remember that. Man, the 90s were a terrible time because it was hard to write. Like they get in your way. And you're like, oh, I'm trying to chew on this eraser, but there is no eraser. But yeah, lo-fi is chill as fuck. Were you talking about the hand? What did you say? Was it an ivory on top? I thought you were living with the wild thornberries over here. Yeah, I could do this. Oh, can you? Well, let me talk to Mr. RefuGeek. See, I didn't realize we hadn't uploaded anything in a few days. Let me see. I want to like just if he doesn't want to do it, if he can't. I mean, I'm not like upset or anything. I'm not an animal. I just want to know, and then I won't like, you know. Or maybe because what he'll do is he'll comb through the VODs while he's at work on like a weekend and then just upload them all in one day and then time them so they go out automatically. He doesn't do it like every day. He just do it while he's supposed to be working one day, he said. So I just you know, he might not have known. He'd be like, oh crap, I thought they were still coming out. I don't know. You were so cool as a kid. I was never really cool. I mean, I always fit in with a lot of people. I'm pretty laid back and I'm pretty funny, so. I was never like a cool kid. You know, there's a lot of different types of cool, you know. I was never like the Fawns or anything. I find that hard to believe. But I mean, I always had a lot of friends and I was always like well liked. I mean, was I as cool as the other side of the pillow? Only while I was hitting dingers in Petco Park or wherever. No, where did you know, you can play any music you want if it won't play clips on VODs. Yeah, you can. You always can do whatever you want. But Twitch can ban you for whatever they want also. So if they know you're doing it, if somebody like live DMCA strikes you, I want to play this one. Because I've just already tapped this turn. I've already invested that mana, you know? But yeah, you could. But you're still risking some sort of retribution. So my official stance is I'll play the music that I like, I've been given permission from the artists, or that they've made pretty clear that it's cool or they don't care. But yeah, I do watch some streamers that play like Nelly and other stuff, you know. They're kind of that ridiculous, but at the end was a detailed shark. But they were always so fragile. Oh my god. Would the shark break or the pen? I don't want to break my ceramic ivory shark. Alright, 4-0. Pretty good. Being cool is being like other people. When you're a bit older, being cool is just being confident enough to do your own thing. Yeah. But I mean, I think there's a stereotypical form of cool, you know? Confident, you know, stylish, handsome, you know, like, I'm, you know, not really those things. You know, the Fonzie or, you know, TJ Detweiler, you know, he was cool, right? Although he wasn't all that handsome. Actually, you know, TJ was kind of like, I don't want to keep it, because I play it on one, then I float a mana. I'd rather have it than these, but TJ was kind of like he was like cool, but they didn't make him out to be like that stereotype. All right, I take it back. TJ wasn't really like. Does your mom think you're cool? My mom, you know, thinks I'm a good person, I think. What happens if you get a DMCA strike on YouTube? Nothing happens. You can't monetize a video, but people talk about it on Twitch like it's super serious. The Twitch TOS basically says like you can't play music at all unless you own the rights to it or you have permission from the person who owns the rights. But the way it kind of reads is like if 10 years from now somebody wants to say like, hey, you know what, that stuff has to get taken down, I don't want people playing it, then they can you know, then Twitch could ban you. Like if you played it now but you didn't have permission and you don't own the rights, and 10 years from now they wanted to file a DMCA claim with a song that's playing in your clip, Twitch's TOS basically says that like we can ban you. We will ban you for that. Now whether they do, whether they, you know, stick to that, you know, they haven't in the past and they probably don't want to, but they can, and that's all. Music won't be on the clip. Music's you can't block the music from the clips. You can block it from the VODs as far as I know. But even then. So if somebody clipped this conversation and, you know, the stance was, oh, but it won't be saved, but somebody clipped this and whatever, Twitch wanted to be like, oh, well, you just explicitly said you were playing music and you didn't care and you were willingly breaking the TOS, then we can ban you for that. So I think that that's kind of the point. And as I don't have a job and I like these songs and I have permission from a lot of these I have permission from a lot of these artists to play this stuff, like I'm cool to just play it. But since this is my livelihood and my job, I'm not gonna like risk it to play the Rolling Stones per se, who would probably be more likely to screw me. What am I doing next turn? I don't really have a play for next turn. I can't take 5 again. They get banned when they have the rights. And they have to go through the customer service to get approved. They get their account back. It end up being 3 days of streak lost without compensation. Yeah, there are bans. Anamanaguchi, I remember when they were cracking down on DMCA stuff. There's a ban, I guess maybe some of you guys are familiar. But Anamanaguchi made a Twitter post and said like, yeah, we get muted in our own VODs playing our own music. And it's like, we own this shit. So. Better than YouTube with people's channels getting deleted for fake DMCA claims. That is good to not have that happen. All right, I don't really want to lose a mana crystal. While we won't take damage, I don't think it's going to help us win the game to blast crystal that. You shouldn't say let's get ready to rumble because Michael Buffer will sue your ass. Is that a thing? Oh, I like this track. I forgot. Wow, man, this mix is great. I forgot I put all these great tracks on it. The artists whose music it is have also gotten strikes because they are in contracts with other label and technically they don't own their own music anymore. Yeah. Hanamanaguchi. Now, I don't think they got any strikes, but they get muted in their VODs from what they said. What the hell? This turn kind of sucks though still. Coin that, but then they don't have a follow-up the following turn, and I lose my guy. Fuck. Like, just trade play. This is just 2 games in a row, or 2 of the 5. Got this 1 turn too late. I mean, it's still fine, but... The catchphrase has generated 400 million in revenue from licensing the trademark. Crazy. Dude, that guy... So, did he see all of that, or that's just, like, some estate... He got banned off Twitch by the label he signed up with. Yeah, and I mean, the guys that create the music or whatever, like, you gotta be careful with that stuff, right? But at the very least, like, you're getting some tangible benefit, right? Like, it's like you sign the contract and you're probably getting some compensation. Not that, you know, I'm not like, oh boy, you know, it's got bad things happening, like I'd rather not. But I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't have to trade my 3-3. I could keep the 3-1, put him to 18 and keep that, but I can't really leave this thing up. Oh my god, why the fuck is that a 4-6? Oh my god, why the fuck is that a something? Juicy is going hog wild in individual gift subs to Eddie G. Well, thank you, sir. Hopefully he doesn't draw those this turn. Eddie's a good guy. How many 40-year-olds did you get catfished by? Me? Me, 0. I liked the way we played. I don't like the outcome that we have achieved. And imagine if you're starting out and struggling to make ends meet, you just sign whatever rights for some money. Yeah, absolutely. And streaming's a lot like that. There's a lot of people that are on teams. There's a lot of people on teams on Twitch that sorry, what am I doing here? Oh, if we got Baron Geddon, holy shit, we could actually come back with Geddon. That would have been cool. Oh, we got a taunt though. I'm gonna read some of those names. Oh, baby. You know, you sign with the team and you don't make any money, or you don't make what you're worth. I think that's a mistake a lot of early streamers do. They're like, you know, oh, I'm on X team. It's like, well, what are they providing for you? Luckily, F2K's been good to me. I'm gonna read some of these names. I'm gonna thank Juicy Fruit. I'm gonna pick up my discarded Pokemon cards. We got Qwerty, we got Krunic, we got Jetstream, we got Evadog, JMTG, great guy right there. Talos the Lightbringer, Stop Pooping Grandma. Ay, ay, ay. We got Bobby isn't my real name. His real name is Douglas. We got Dennis, Hearthstone, Miko, Calamitius, Coggle, Ralph Nader Chaser. We got Yoda, Nighthawk, Bnad. Wow, Eddie. We got STD 929. Uh-oh. Unlimited Me, Hebrew, Emomiac, Drosen Coffee. We got Jaylee Poker, good guy there, and Klingzilla. Welcome everybody. I guess we're celebrating that instead of celebrating our opponent's ass whooping that he just delivered to me with his 16 mana 32/32. If it wasn't for your stream and other streams, I wouldn't have discovered a lot of new musicians. So what I always say when it comes to my understanding of it is the artists themselves are the ones that are getting the worst end of the deal. They're getting less exposure and they're probably not making money. The people that own their product and distribute it are probably making their money and they're losing part of their audience. So I don't think, you know, like the Midnight, like they probably love and people playing their stuff. They're really popular. That's probably how they got popular, you know. So they let people play their stuff for free. They own their music, or they've worked with their record label to allow people to play that stuff for free, which is awesome. I didn't mean to ruin your cards. That's okay. I shuffle the bulk, like the cards that are worth like a fraction of a penny all night. I shuffle them. And then they get all kind of gross. And it, you know, it works to let you know how much I appreciate the support. I wouldn't throw the cards if I didn't appreciate it. Red, I love your shirt. Oh man, thank you. I like this one a lot. My mom got this for me. She gets all my shirts. I don't buy stuff. When I go to my mom, she's like, oh, I bought this shirt. She just like goes on Amazon. She found Amazon like 6 months ago. She had never bought anything on Amazon. Now she's just like adding stuff to her cart all the time. And when Uncle Sam drops like a fat stack of cash in her bank account, then she just starts going hog wild. Oh, God. I kind of want to win this one for free. What the heck? Why isn't my how are you working? Oh, sorry. I muted them earlier. I'll pay them all back someday. You'll get your farts back. They were spamming too many farts while I went up to take a dump or whatever. I mean, I was going to get a whiskey and a cola. Little Wing, what up? Sorry, here's the how are you. I'm gonna give you a manual one, okay? I'm doing good, but I need to reach that Pokemon card. This turn kind of sucks. Oh, that's good. Okay, hold on. I think I just broke my toe. Oh yeah, I'm fairly certain. It's like done a full 360. It's facing the wrong direction. Did anybody hear that snap? Oh my god, my foot stuck and my chair moved. Oh my god, that hurt. Oh. I just ate something that brought me closer to God. Oh my god. Were you making love to a beautiful human being? Is that code for love making? I'm not a very religious person, but I do feel like sometimes during love making, I could see getting a little spiritual, you know? Especially during the end portion. Are you going to go live? Oh man, I hurt my toe. It's kind of like Twitch on steroids. Unless you're one of the big ones, you're more than likely just getting by. If you're one of the lucky ones, yeah, for sure. And you know, some of that is the artists making those deals themselves and handicapping themselves or getting a bad deal, and some of them is, but some of the business, I think, is, you know, as a streamer, as I'm sure an entertainment industry, you know, profession, as an artist, like the reason that, you know, so and so is so popular is because they worked really hard and took a bad deal just to get some exposure. It's a give and take. And I think if, you know, you join a team and they can help you network, even if they're not paying you, or you know, you're worth more than what you're getting, I think that's worth a lot. And then it's kind of up to you to capitalize on that exposure, those networking opportunities. It's a non-traditional job, certainly. I don't want to look at my toe. It feels very bad right now. Okay, it looks normal. We break our toes a couple times per year on average. We don't feel it much because there aren't many pain receptors there. Not sure if that's true. I would believe it. I was fairly certain I broke my toe at some point this year. I was talking to my sister on the phone and I wanged it on like a table and I was screaming and she's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I think I shattered my toe." And then I texted her a picture the next day. It was just black. I had like a black toe. I was like, yeah, this thing is done. That's a 3-mana fucking 4/3. That is so bad for us. Did you get a Yogg in the first run? We did. 1 Yogg in the second game. Also, welcome back, Trash. And Juicy, sometimes I lose track. You know, it's hard for me sometimes. But I do really want to say thank you. You know, just I hope that's clear, that I really do appreciate the insane support. So I have to think again. What did I play? Friendly Bartender? This hunter's just gonna farm us, huh? Oh well. How can we invest in Fartcoin? Juicy Fruit has bought an infinite number of Fartcoin points or whatever. I don't know how I'm gonna ping that. You've always been West Coast? Yeah, I lived on Maui for work for a while. I used to live on Maui, which I guess is the further West Coast. But yeah. West Coast for me. I'd like to move to the Pacific Northwest. I joined the Discord. It's lit as fuck. It's a cool place to hang out, certainly. You'd be a fool to think otherwise. Last time I got fucked up drunk, I think I broke my toe. I can only say I think because I don't actually remember what happened that night. I only woke up with a wound on my knee and a tremendously painful toe. You gotta be careful. You don't want a wounded knee. Certainly not. We're so fucked here. Hunter's just not a good matchup for us, huh? Like, I mean, they lower our health. We're trying to increase it. Shit. Bury my heart at wounded knee. Hey, Dracula. Thanks, Kazakas, who got their numbnuts. Well, if you missed the draft, there was you know, it was a discussionary point. Hunter number 2. Did we lose to 2 hunters? Deck is very good, but sometimes you get a bad matchup. Do I like the beach? I hate the beach. Oh, I gotta win a game so I can have another whiskey and cola. I hate the beach. Especially, I mean, there's some beaches I prefer around here. Like Santa Monica, the city is total dog shit. You have to spend $20 to park anywhere, and there's crowds. Like driving around there's a pain in the ass. Just like shitload of traffic in you know, anywhere in the area. And then just getting there is a pain in the ass from the valley. You have to take the 101, which is one of the most poorly, you know, whatever, one of the most trafficked highways in the world, to the 405, which I think is even more shit than the 101. It's like just going there takes forever and you have to be frustrated your whole time. So then you get to Santa Monica and just crowds all over. You can't drive there. So if you just like Uber down there, it's like, yeah, okay, like that's less bad. I'm gonna ditch all of this because we really haven't been starting with Vile Fiend early. Those hunter losses, we didn't get Vile Fiend, but if we can get Vile Fiend, it's much better for us. It's hot. I have very sensitive skin, so like the sun burns me. I have to coat my body in sunscreen. So I'm all oily, and you know I have to ask somebody else to help, like, you know, get my unmentionables sometimes, and it's like, yeah, I mean that's not so bad. Usually I'm dating somebody or I'm with my family or something. It's like, it's still, you know, the food sucks. You're always like, oh, I'll get a hot dog or something. Like, I don't want a hot dog. I want a hot dog on the beach. It's just crowded. The water's so fucking cold. The Pacific Ocean, you can't really go in without a wetsuit, or if you do, it's terrible. I don't even like going in the water. I got pulled out to sea one time. The lifeguard had to save me. That's a true story. I had to get saved by the lifeguard, me and like 4 friends. So I didn't like that. It's a good question though. I like to explain why I hate the beach so much. I hope that those answers provided you with some clarity into my hatred. And like, if you go to the beach, what, like, I don't know, October to June, it's like freezing cold. It's horrible. It's a horrible temperature. It's really unpleasant. Our hand sucks. Kind of a rough draw, but what can you do? So he trades there, and then he hero powers there. At least I have a play for next turn. It's like you can't really go from October to July. And then you go in July and it's like everyone's there. I don't want to go where everyone is. I hate that. You don't have a coaster instead of that 3-mana 5/5. Yeah, right. An idiot I was. What an idiot. Redbeard. Blah, 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 blah. I live 800 meters from the beach, and I don't own a car. It's a nudist beach. 2, so I sun my junk every day. What's a meter? Or is that a long... That's like not a long distance, right? It makes it sound like you've got a little shanty literally on the beach. My euro conversion rate puts you specifically on the beach itself. It's not that far. It doesn't sound that far. I think we're gonna win this one. Half a mile? Oh, that's farther than I thought. I thought a meter was like a... I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna figure it out. Real big lakes like Lake Michigan. Still all the benefits. A lot less people. No salt water. Consider vacation over here for the summer. It might change your mind. Sorry for the rambling. My dad is he's a big outdoorsman, my father. So we've gone to like, you know, big lakes and yeah, it's a blast. I mean, I don't know how big the Great Lakes are. They sound pretty big. But yeah, I mean, I'd love like the size of the stream now. I don't think I could take a week off or 2 weeks off and not feel it in terms of like future growth and money earned, etc. But if you're a several thousand viewer a night stream and you've been around for longer than I have, I would love to be taking let me just take the week off, couple of weeks a year, and hopefully I will get to that point. Now who knows about thousands of viewers, but the stream's grown and I enjoy doing it, so trust me, you can't see the other side of the lake. Crazy. All right, not that big. Lake Michigan is fucking huge. That sounds awesome. Now, do you think there's a lake monster in there, you think, by any chance? Do you think there is a swamp hag hidden somewhere in the outskirts? Nothing compared with the sea, but the ocean is huge. Oh yeah, crazy. Catch y'all tomorrow. Hey Ashen, thanks for stopping in. I'm gonna go refill my whiskey and cola. yeah, no matter how far we are. I'm missing you a lot, my little bro. Soon we will be enjoying our 12-euro cocktails in the fancy beaches of Greece and throw ourselves into the cold waters of the Aegean Sea. I hope so, Boogie. I hope so. I'm sorry. Let me finish my last babble. The good news is I have confirmation. My toe is definitely broke. It's facing 3 different directions. When I touch it, it hurt. It's no longer in the shape of a normal toe. Never seen a toe shaped like that. If I could, I don't know how to. Hey, whoa! I main snipers. What up, Snipey? Yeah, it's kind of shaped like a Z. It's like. Yeah. Can we see it? Is it swollen? I don't know. It has a big bump on it. Hold on. Let me look at the 2 of them together. Ugh. I don't want to show you guys. No, it's probably broken. I felt fairly certain when my chair moved and my foot didn't, but like only my toe stuck, and then my chair. I went to go grab them damn Pokemon cards. Neighbors start construction at 7 a.m. We had I don't know if you heard me complaining. Also, thanks so much, Boogie. I don't know how long that was. 12 months. Month 9. It's been 9 months since Boogie got gifted a 12-month sub. Crazy. You couldn't stand the pain if it's broken. I've broken my toes before. It's alright. It doesn't feel nice, but I'm a survivor. You couldn't stand the pain. Is it suckable? I mean, that might be the only way to make it through these tough times. Went to the hospital to get my wrist cast off. Broken bones suck. Yeah, they do smell bad. And your arm or wherever, your body will get all skinny and your hair will grow all strange. Yeah, it's weird. Fair card. I love it. I'm using my Prime on random Greek girls, so it's better to save up for you next month. That's smart. Well, you have 3 more months, Boogie. We had Red Zesty here today, Boogie. We were talking about you. She said she missed you, sort of. I mean, that's not exactly what she said, but I want to play 6 next turn. I will text her, yeah. It's all gonna be all limp and stanky. Wait, we're talking about your broken wrist, or anyway, I don't want to get into this. Broken bones are for the weak. There's so many things we can do here, and I don't like any of them. We could have a 5/4. I'm tapping, but I'm not happy here. Anytime I bend down to pick something up, I forget about them. They go a tumbling. You got to get them fitted a little better. Or you know what you should do? You do what my dad does. He gets these little ties. They tie to the back of his skull. So they don't fall off. I did boxing for 4 years, and I haven't broken any bones yet. Yeah, well, one, you probably weren't punching hard enough. And two, what the fuck? You probably didn't fight any worthy foes. I would have broken several of your bones with my first punch. Let's do it, face water. It's got calcium. Wow, I love this track. Wow, does anybody like Dead Life as much as me? Probably not. I just got Red Zessie just liked my message on Twitter like an hour ago. I thought she went to bed like 4 hours ago. You'll pay for that, indeed. I need to deal 2. I have no way to deal 2. Nobody likes AFI as much as you. Hey. Sticulate. Xnay on the AFI. Not everybody needs to know about that. I'm waiting for Electric Youth. Oh, I could throw an Electric Youth banger. You know what my problem is? I've got like my 3 Electric Youth songs and that's it. That's all I, you know? That's all I got. All right, I'm gonna pick a new, just check this one out though, and then I'll pick a Electric Youth song that maybe we've never heard and we'll check it out. Unless you've got a favorite. I've seen Davey Havoc, I get it. I don't actually like AFI that much. I like the like 4 or 5 singles they had, and Total Immortal, which was I guess their first single, I think. That song is so good. Oh, was that an embarrassing secret I just revealed to your adoring chat? Yeah, but they might not adore me anymore if they find out I like crappy AFI, which they're alright, you know? They cause more problems than they solve. Like if my glasses fall off when I'm 100 feet up a pipe, there's other issues. I have problems with my eyes that prevent me from wearing contacts. I have a lot of problems with my eyes. He's an AFI fan, get him. I only know like 4 songs. You like Jimmy Eat World? I saw Jimmy Eat World live. I'm not a huge Jimmy Eat World fan, but I've told this story sometimes, and Juicy, you may not have heard it as, you know, you're rather new. I like Jimmy Eat World. I'm not a huge fan, but I saw Jimmy Eat World play at a K-Rock Acoustic Christmas, whatever year that was, 20 years, 10 years ago maybe. And man, people went fucking wild, and they were so good. Jimmy Eat World was probably the most surprising band I've ever seen live. Surprising in that they were awesome, and I knew, you know, the sweetness and the middle and maybe a song or two, yeah. But man, people were going hog wild, and crowds in LA suck. Like very rarely, especially if it's not the headliner. And they played, you know, there was 3 or 4 bands that played after them, and they were huge. This was not like early on in Jimmy Eat World, but like Muse was playing. I can't remember who else. I mean, I can't remember the order. Maybe Jimmy Eat World went on before Muse, but like Muse was playing, and Muse was the biggest band at the time on that bill. And I was so stoked watching that show with how wild everybody went for Jimmy Eat World. It was so cool. Like, you could trudge through the Can-gur-kum? What are the... Is this a lyric? I don't get it. Would you buy me a Yeezy Cooper? No. My eyes have a problem too. I can't see Ham Slice anymore around. I talked to her this morning. She's on medical leave from her job. I don't know. But I was like, what happened to you? And then she texted me, but I didn't understand any of the words she said. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm hoping we see Hammy in the semi-near future. Was Muse good live? Muse is the second best band I've ever seen live, and I'm not a huge Muse fan, and I wasn't a huge Muse fan at the time. I mean, I had heard Origin of Symmetry, I had heard, you know, Black Holes and Revelations. Was that the name of the album? I can't remember. You know, it was good. You know, like those, but I saw them live, and my God, they're the second best band I've ever seen live. They really impressed me. They're a three-piece, but they sounded like a full orchestral band. And he's singing and playing guitar the whole time, which is impressive too. Like what he's playing on guitar while he's singing is crazy. Who's number one? Radiohead, by far. Okay, maybe not by far. Muse was very good. Radiohead, my god. And the best show I ever saw was Radiohead at the Hollywood Bowl. I've told this story, but I was sitting in the box seats just behind the pit. I bought those tickets for $60 9 months before they went on the In Rainbows tour. And I sat in front of Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel and Ellen DeGeneres and whoever, Portia de Rossi, I think is the name of the young lady that she was dating, or they're married or something. That was the best show I've ever seen in my life. They played like 29 tracks or something, and then I saw them 2 nights later in Chula Vista at the Cricket Wireless on the lawn, which I spent $40 on those seats instead of $60, which I was, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But they played like a different 27 songs. Man, Radiohead is so good. And this was the In Rainbows tour. And I had been trying to see them for years. It's just impossible to get Radiohead tickets. But that was a good time to see them. In Rainbows was a great album. So over the 2 nights, they played all of In Rainbows. Even though they had another Hollywood Bowl show, which I listened to on the internet. They had this thing called the internet where they would stream. You could like watch it. And they had like a really nice broadcast of them streaming from the Hollywood Bowl, which I saw them on a Saturday. No. Maybe I saw them on like I gotta look it up. Maybe it was on Thursday, and then they played Friday, and they took Saturday off, and then I saw them on a Sunday or something like that. But I just like sat down and listened to Radiohead for 4 days straight. It's beautiful. What's internet? I wasn't a celebrity, but I got really good seats, and I wore a big hat. I wore a big cowboy hat, so that Justin Timberlake, they couldn't see as well, because I was in front of him. I was in the front row. I don't want whatever shitty spells he's about to put in my deck, you know? This internet thing sounds cool, doesn't it? Is there a celebrity Red hasn't met? I didn't meet them. I didn't talk to them. I remembered seeing them. Like, I was in the front, and there's the pit, and then there was a little walkway, and then I was in the front box seats. I tried to take a lady out, but she bailed. Like, I don't know, whatever. No big deal. But I texted my friend. I was like, hey. It's like, what are you up to? He's like, oh, nothing. Just getting ready to load up the, my friend, my casual acquaintance friend. He's like, oh, just getting ready to load up the Radiohead, I couldn't get tickets. I was like, well, don't worry, we're going, you and I. You got to drive, though, so I can drink. He's like, all right, let's do it. We sat in the box seats, and I remember so they walked in front of me. I was like, oh, my God, I think that's Justin Timberland or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I think you got his name wrong. I'm like, well, all right, I don't really, enlighten me later. I was like, where are they sitting? Are they going on the stage to perform? He's like, oh, they're sitting behind it. Oh, well, put on your big hat. We brought it for just this occasion. Yeah. You want that nature studies? Me? No. No. I'm not gonna lie, that turn felt like it was 10 minutes to me. I need Moonshaped Pool. I got all the good records, yeah. Yeah, Moonshaped Pool's okay. I mean, it's not very good. Pardon me? Why? The fuck are you reading? Are you talking to me? It's got some good songs. It does. It's just not a great album. You would like Danko Jones? I don't know Danko Jones. I'm old now. I'm just dying. Their 90s stuff was better. I mean, Total Immortal's a really good track. Favorite Radiohead album, best of. My favorite Radiohead album? My favorite Radiohead album? Straight through is probably The Bends. But I think the best stuff on this is what I always say. I think the best stuff on OK Computer and Kid A are better than the best stuff on the Bens. I think the best stuff they ever did is like you know, Idiotech and you know, whatever. Oh, that's pretty good. Paranoid Android and whatnot. But I think there's some stinkers, not stinkers, but there's some drop-offs on both those other two albums. Whereas the Bens, there's like no bad songs. There's never a moment where I'm like, oh yeah, like it's never a moment where like, oh, this song is like lesser. Karma Police, yeah, Karma Police is a big hit though. I try not to, because it's not about it just being a big hit. Like, ooh, what am I doing here? I guess I'm playing this, and I guess this. I don't even know. Is this any good? It just kind of feels like maybe not. No, that seems good. Yeah, that's got to be alright. I get older and King of Limbs tickles my titties. You know, I gotta check out more Moonshade Pool and King of Limbs, because I kind of like, you know, I think of both of them as lesser albums, but I can't even tell you like every track on either of them. So Radiohead is only for weak kids. Yeah, I'm weak, dude. Think how good OK Computer could have been if they covered the crunch. Hey, the crunch sucks. Gamble on 10? Did we bet on 8? We made it to 8? Hell yeah, dude. I gotta pee though. Let's bet on 11. Hey, AVG, what up, Average? Hey, that guy said he was gonna fall. He's like, oh, I'm back into Arena. Oh, alright, I'm gonna check in. Welcome, man. Welcome. We're gonna bet on 11. I gotta pee though. I think this deck is really good. I think we lost the 2 Hunters and we haven't lost another game since. I have a generation gap with mine. My mom loved bread. My dad was AC/DC. And I lived the AFI red jumpsuit apparatus days. My mom and dad are... My mom was 33 when she had me, and my dad was 35. Which, funny enough, I'm 33. I'll probably be dead. Alright, no, I'll probably be alive when I'm 35. But, not really close to having kids or interacting with humans much these days. Part of it was COVID though, right? Maybe a little bit. Deal Damage, what up, Dealy? How are you, man? Sick pulls. I saw what you posted in the Discord. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Alright, guys. In honor of, I said I would do this. I said I would do this. The next time Deal Damage was here. So you guys could have this, okay? Wait, hold on. Let me put it on the proper way. How do you do this crap? I gotta go pee, remember? And then we're gonna go 12. Don't look at that. Oh god. I don't know why I can't block ads when I'm streaming, but whatever. Wait, why is that elf not moving? Why is he not moving? Alright, well, this is not as fun if he's not moving. What the hell? Why is this? I've had trouble pulling up YouTube videos. We did a sponsored deal and they were like, hey, the YouTube videos weren't moving. We don't want to pay you. I'm like, no, you're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me all right. Looks like my stream. I'd say, you know, the elf is slightly more attractive. But you're good looking too, you know? Come on. Stop stream. Why did the YouTube stop working? But anyway, they were like, oh yeah, we're not really gonna pay you as much as you wanted. I was like, oh no, you're gonna pay me twice as much. I did a good job. I did a good job. Donate $2 to activate the video. Which one is Redbeard? Remember I used to do this? It was hard work for me. I don't know why it's not working though. Did you get the small Pikachu Pokeball delivered? I did not. What is in it? Oh my god. What? Tell me again? What Pikachu ball? I'm from Creepy Elf Records. I'm here to serve your DMCA strike. All I got was, not all, but what I got was the Hitmonchan, and then there was like a Cramorant, I think. The contents of what appeared to be a Shining Fates, what appeared to be a Shining Fates. Hey Art, thanks for the follow, man. What appeared to be a Shining Fates pack. But I don't know if that was a Pokemon, Pikachu, anything. All right, I'm gonna go pee. I'm gonna queue up though, okay? You guys got your bets in? 11 wins. The frozen frames even funnier. Maybe that'll be the new thing. Hurry up, Chow Chow. I gotta pee really bad. Who knows? Oh my god. Well, thank you so much for sending me things. It's so fun to get Pokemon cards in the mail. I didn't even get a partner. I should have queued up half an hour ago while we were watching the video. Remember the time Red's camera froze for ages? That was great. I don't actually think, sorry, I don't think that ever actually happened. Okay, I broke this, for real. Remember the time Red's light fell down? Oh my god, I was telling Alez about that. I was telling Alez about that. It's got like this, it's got this contraption on it, right? You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. Like here, right? When it fell down, I was trying to like hold it up. I tried to catch it, and then this this part like pinched my finger. I was like holding it like this on stream when it fell down, but it collapses, right? It like, you know, so that space in there, my finger was in there, but the space wasn't, and I'm fairly certain I shattered several bones. And I was texting Alez, I was like, oh my god, my finger's broken. And while I was holding it, I'm like, I'm trying very hard to play this off rather smoothly. You know, because the light had already fallen on me. Play this. I think I'd rather have this one for next turn or something. I don't know. I don't want to get that in the pool. Do you know what bones are? No. No. Every time Red's mic stopped working and we couldn't hear his wretched voice, that was great. Quiet you. It wasn't great. You seem to use the term rather loosely. You mean you shattered the light in several places? Yes. Yes, that's what I did. That's Redbeard. Reminds me of Consuela. No. No, Mr. Dreadsilver. I hope he plays a 2-mana. 2/2. Oh, that's pretty good too. I mean, you might as well trade, right? What's the point? What's the point in not trading? 1 damage don't matter. I was cracking up this much during a red stream was when he wore the V-neck tee. Hey, come on. I hate that. I almost put it on today. I was like, I don't want to see. I was like, I don't want to see if it's all V-necked out. Not even a true V-neck. It's just a regular tee. What the fuck is that card? Wow, what a rough hand. If we win this game, that bodes well. Terrible draw. Look at we have 2 cards left in our deck that costs more than 4. Nutty. It's been the MVP. I mean, we talked about it during the run, during the draft. We analyzed the run a little bit, right? Card's insane. Card's absolutely nutty. Were you one of the lucky few like me that actually enjoyed a Reptar bar? No, wait, you actually ate a Reptar bar? What the hell? Did you just say to me? What was a Reptar bar? I kind of remember that. Was it like peanut butter? I never really liked peanut butter and chocolate candies. I was never that big on candy. But I never really did that. It was green on the inside? It better be. Better be green peanut butter. No, I know, but what was in it? I know what a candy bar is. I know what Reptar is. Reptar makes my list easily of top 10 favorite TV dinosaurs of all time. There's very little debate there. There's very little question about that. Ooh, this is not bad. Isn't that what Garros says when he attacks with a weapon? Reptar bar! That's what he wants. Yeah, you're right. I want a Reptar bar! I'm gonna look out for that. I hope it does say that. They sell them at FYE. Wait, they still sell them? You know what the chicken said once across the road? No. But not a long time. Remember when they made green and purple ketchup? No. No, I don't. Can I post the link? Yes. Kind of thin mintish. Oh, really? I love thin mints. I mean, I don't love them. I like them a lot. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I really don't. But a frozen box of thin mints, I could definitely put down a frozen box of thin mints at any point of my life, any time of day. I just ate a 3-course meal. It don't matter, man. Frozen thin mints. This is a real thing? Wait, you can still buy this? And anybody remember is this a real thing? That looks like if I was a kid, I'd love that. It's not available. Green frosting filled milk bar. That will turn your tongue green. That's not good. Probably. Please note, this product may melt. If you live in a hot climate, we do not provide ice or refrigeration. We recommend ordering during colder months of the year to minimize the chances of melting. Release date 10/21 in 2020. Crazy. Impressive. I should The veil of Wayne. The veil wanes. Why don't we play Proto? Oh, we're playing Proto here. We saved Proto because whatever we cast cleared his board, right? This thing cleared his board last turn. And then we cast it this turn because we had the rush if we needed it. And now we still have a Proto and a rush. And we always have a destroyer. It was still a real place. That's a place? I'm confused a little. Oh, sounds like Dexter. Reminds me of Dexter's stream. It's a pretty good outcome for us. That was a sick lethal. I wish I didn't hesitate for half a second. Would have been great in the Redbeard, whatever. Donks. Donks are going up. Donks, oh god, going up. I said I would be... I expect the stack to go 7, right? And I'd be disappointed if it didn't. But I thought it was a 9 or a 10 win deck. And if we had not... Wait, we haven't cast Kazakus yet. If we hadn't drafted Kazakus and instead had taken Runthak, I would think it was a 12 win deck. No evil geniuses, though. And I do harp upon the necessity of having evil geniuses. Why don't you read my messages because it's true? What did you say? I heard that you used to do amateur porn. I mean, I've made love with women, and it's been put to tape. I don't know if you ever saw it. I doubt it, but maybe. Hey, Yumero, what's up? I mean, consensual lovemaking. No, dude, no, no. I like emotes with very literal names. Chart with upwards trend. I like it too because it really feels like you're getting a nice abbreviation, right? Like, what did you type? Like CH Alt Tab complete. That's a pretty good deal, you know. Oh, that's not good. Wait, I needed Evil Genius. Nobody wants to see me make schmecks. I mean, I can't imagine anybody would want to watch me make schmecks. Although I have been, you know, fortunate enough to spend time with some ladies that I think physically looked rather attractive at the time, so. But yeah, I mean, had anybody watched a Redbeard sex tape? Certainly. Although I have been told I have a nice looking penis. So maybe if that were like the focal point, I guess I could see a bit of the appeal. Huh. I swear to God, I fucking hate that card so much. Ooh, I hate that card. I was gonna coin out most lackeys, I think. Rush, I'd probably just get rid of it. Deal 2. Summon shit. Alright, maybe not most of them, but... Okay, as long as it's not Fire Breather. You can see the difference between Fire Breather and School Spirits is huge. The difference between getting a minion on board and not. What died this game? Do I want any of that? Cable Rat to reroll? Maybe Cable Rat, we can just wait a long time and then maybe get back like an Abyssal or a Proto maybe. Shut Up Home is playing. Are you and Dexter together? No. Not physically and not in a relationship. I think Dexter's dating a nice lady right now, I think. Hopefully he continues and, you know, hopefully they do the love making or whatnot. When Neil's the only one jamming out on the dance floor and everyone's just looking at him weirdly. Neil loves home, and so do I. More than Neil, in fact. More than Neil. Sorry, if I'm not explaining so much, I'm trying to play as fast as I possibly can. One, so I can run to the toilet and do, you know. Damn, so many good 8s and 7s and stuff. But it's good practice to figure things out really fast, so in the future you can read chat better and just kind of like play out your turns. When Taz drops her school books and she bends to pick them up and her glasses fall off, Jesus Christ. Didn't I just go to the toilet? Yeah, but this is for over ingestion of alcoholic beverages. That's different. I think the song plays every night. But this is a banger. Ba 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 ba. I mean, don't you go to the toilet 17? What the fuck is? Oh, I thought I got that out of my proto. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I rolled that out of my proto. I almost spit out my freaking. No. What are you doing here? I was so pissed. No. Why? All right. I don't know what to do here. Aside from get screwed. They both die. Trade there. Needs to trade there. That's actually kind of good, huh? No, because he'll have another minion. That's not good. He's railing lines off the toilet paper dispenser. God, right between the lines. No. I will say, he got a better card than us. But there's still hope. We went first this game, which is crazy. I'm sorry, he went first. That's a brittle. It's crazy that it's kind of this close. It's not great because this will be a 4-2 when I kill it. Man, it's tough. Maybe we hit Abyssal? What if we hit Abyssal here? Abyssal's no good. Not if I have to tap. Darn, I think we're dead here. We have plays. They're just not what I want. Oh, wait a minute. I have less damage than I thought. I have to throw that in too. Oh my god, I can't kill that. Oh, that's right. I was counting him as a 4. I thought I can go here. Only 4 more drops left. So what you're saying is I'll get a brittle bone. Damn it. That's not a brittle bone. Alright, so what am I doing? I can't see. Get out of my way, I can't see. Stop talking. Bump, ping, trade, drop a 2. Trade, drop a 2 and a 2. Dookie turn. I mean, it's fine. This is a play I wanted to make. Not the play I wanted to make, but a play I had to make. My duty is only for the P. Thank you. Tempo Kazakis? We might have to. I mean, I think it's a bit of a rough draw, right? I mean, we have 2 Abyssals, a Proto, a Deathwing. I mean, we have time. Cabal Trafficker. We had the 2 removal spells would have been good there. He cast the Hysteria and it only hit our side of the board, which, you know, the odds were probably there, but it could have hit his side. Dropping 2 classic Redbeard. Let me ask you something. Are you talking to me? Les, where have you been? When you leave, where do you go? I know you say coffee. You know, sometimes people look down in the corner and they see Redbeard and they realize I don't got a chance. I don't want to be made a fool. Plus, I also cheated with my Hysteria card. Who's a yes boy? Who's Jekyll? I've never played against Jekyll. This song is an absolute banger. I don't know if Neely's ever caught this one. It's only got 22 million plays. So you may have never heard this. I put this on the other day. I was walking around town. My god, I stomped so many roaches that day. They didn't stand a chance. I wasn't afraid of anything that day. That's how I was walking. You can't see my feet, but it's doing the same thing as my head. Just really, that's all that you really need to know. There's so many bugs around this damn town. I had one wish. One of my wishes from a magic lamp would remove all roaches from our planet Earth. Please spare Deformed Poet, Mr. Genie. I don't want any, you know, I don't want murder on my hands. I want to play some Disco Elysium. I gotta crack the case. I don't know what any of that means. But hey, man, I hope. Remember we had Detective Keith on, no, Detective Artie? We had Detective Keith on a case earlier. Hey, Les, did you see when I broke my toe on stream earlier? That's good. It's good content, worth saving, if you know what I mean. Les is joining me on the dance floor. I don't want to die yet. No. Dying's gonna suck. You know what the real scam of it all, and I kind of talked about it before? Dying's gonna suck, right? But also living kind of sucks. So it's like, what the heck's the alternative, you know? Sometimes I showered naked. I thought everyone was doing sometimes. Sometimes I shower in a bathing suit because I don't like the look of my own naked body. Detective Keith only takes cases out to out people being in their 40s. Are you in your 40s? This guy has 6 mana. I have 3. That's not good. That's detrimental. I'm scared. If he casts a, I'm choking to death. If he casts a Marsh Hydra this turn, we're not in a good spot. Would you say living is the worst part about living? I would say the worst, wow, that card doesn't do shit. I would say the worst parts of living have a lot to do with life. Certainly the breathing of air. Wait, I don't think I actually wanted this one to live, unless maybe he has a, you know, unless he has like a Arbor. He has 8 mana. I'm so fucking lost. What plays I'm supposed to make? I see my cards, and they have a much lower number. His number is large. Mine is small and wimpy. Oh, I don't want that. Da-da-da. I'm secretly naked under my clothes. I have 4 jokes to make. I'm gonna make 0 of them. Taz, thanks for being here. Thank you. You may one day hear reference to evil Tasney. Just know, on that day, at that time, it is meant to be a compliment. Hey Keith, you like this? I'm not Keith. Where's Keith? Neil, you like this part? This is the best part. I knew you were the best. Bum, 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 bum. He has 10 mana. So getting the Divine Shield on here isn't super lucrative, like playing this and this. Because he's got the mana flexibility, unless he's dropping a 10 this turn to just take the Divine Shield. Did anybody understand anything I said? Because I sure as shit don't. Please get 12. I need to leave for work now. Okay, good luck at work. I'm gonna try to get 12. We gotta get to 11. Oh no, this worm. Oh, that's not, well, it's pretty bad. It's not Arbor up. This is probably better than, oh, he's fucked. We win. Best player wins, worst player loses. Although he got a little unlucky in some ways. Ultra low roll, that was not good for him. I don't know if I should have taken that base damage, but oh no, that's fine. How many 4s have I got left? I really don't want to do that. I was kind of hoping to just get that back. He's got to trade, right? He's got to take the free trade. And then we do what? I don't know. So I can't break the... I can't break that. Unless I break it and just kill it. I'm going to break it and kill it. He takes the free trade. I get it. I get it. Scam this Mama Jamma. Yeah, we're going to be alright. I can't believe he ramped so hard. I guess he just didn't draw well. He just didn't draw well, like he didn't get the payoff. It's crazy how much ramp he had, because that Jade Idol was in his deck. He discovered a spell, but that's not what he discovered. Have a nice taunt to play. I mean, we're fine. I mean, we could lose, but we won't. My roast. I don't want to discard that Kazakus. We're gonna get a Kazakus off. I don't really want to tap. I guess we could tap though. Probably should. How many Arbor Ups did he have? But not draw, yeah, right? He drew his 15 worst cards. He's not gonna like that. Not one bit. They drew 10 cards. More than I did. Well, that happens sometimes. You know, I am gonna tap so we can find our Blast Crystal or our Brittlebone in case this top deck is Deathwing. Like, it's just Deathwing, right? Troll him with Kazakus. No, I told Chad I would cast an active Kazakus in our 11-win game. Pays being the yes guys here. That's what I'm saying, Brownie. Redbeard's so skilled. Thanks everybody for hanging out. This will be our last game of the night. If you haven't followed yet, please consider doing so. You don't have to sub to the YouTube. We apparently haven't put out anything for 4 or 5 days. Whoa, goodness gracious. Do join the Discord. Good lord, Red Nummy. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, Red Zesty? Sorry, I don't know. Apparently the last thing I looked at was Red Zesty's breasts in the Discord. I have so many questions about this strat because whether you pick a Zakas at the start or the end still doesn't make sense. Makes sense. It's not the point. Did we pay out? Did I is this we bet 11, right? All right, we got to bet on 12. It's a banger. This tune is really nice. We drafted it early. We already had 1-4, and then I just picked about 8 more of them. And I think they were justified. Honestly, we went and broke down this draft. It took half an hour. I did it for Juicy because he asked me to. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. But no, it's nice to break down the draft sometimes. 1 minute on 12 wins. I put the bet at 12 wins, okay? Good luck, everyone. Explaining helped the meta. We got offered, so this is what I would say, Juicy, to that extent, or to that point. If you don't get offered a good deck, you're not going to win. And as a streamer, you stream all night, you feel bad the minute you draft a bad one. As the guy or gal scrambling, trying to get enough resources. This is so fucking loud. Why is it so loud? Like, scrambling to get enough resources to play the next arena. Sometimes it just sucks, and that's the reality. And as the viewer, you don't want to hear the streamer complaining all the time, but sometimes you get the stinker draft and you can't win. And sometimes you get the high roll draft and you're at a humongous advantage. And you can still lose, but you're at a humongous advantage. This deck is very, very strong, and it doesn't have Evil Genius, but outside of that, we kind of got everything we wanted. Breaking down the picks, we passed some of the better picks, in my opinion, for fun cards that have performed adequately. But that's kind of my point, right? We took Cabal Trafficker over Brittlebone. Brittlebone's a better card. Brittlebone would be better for our deck than Trafficker, and Trafficker hasn't been that good. But it's strong enough and it's good enough, and the deck is good enough that you can still win if you get lucky and play well. And I think that's kind of why Arena is so good. Because you can take either card. You can take the suboptimal card, and sometimes you're going to play well enough and get lucky enough and get a good enough offering to still be successful. And at the same time, it's easier to say now, but when you get offered the total dog shit deck, you're sometimes just going to lose, and that feels bad, but it is what it is. That's just kind of the reality. Sad I missed it. Well, it's in the VOD. It's saved, right? Also, are we going to get a match? Is that it? No? No? I think you got disconnected. No, I don't think so, but we'll do it. You can usually tell at 11 wins, 5:30 in the morning on the day of a Battlegrounds patch. Maybe you have a longer queue. That's a little longer than I like, but what can you do? That's why you can play semi-meme cards in wild decks. Yeah, if you're playing constructed, it's a little different because you have unlimited tries to make your combo work. You can go 1 in 10 and get like a cool combo off, and you know, it is what it is. It's fun and it's interesting and all. But in Arena, you don't really get the luxury to just consistently take the fun card and go 1 in 10 and still be, you know, infinite most of the time. If that makes sense. Anyway. Sometimes I get DC'd and need to restart the whole game. It'll let you know if you disconnected, actually. When you cancel the queue, it'll let you know you disconnected. I didn't think we did, and we didn't, so... If it never says, like, you disconnected or whatever, time to reconnect, then you didn't. Although it is Hearthstone game client, so maybe. Maybe you did. That's true, though. Yeah, you know, it's... Alright, all I want is a top deck Vile Fiend. Not that it's win or lose, but hit the Vile Fiend, we're in a very good spot. Well, at least we got something. Hopefully a 3. 4 is the next best. We're gonna do this, probably. Oh, he got the Vile Fiend. So my guess is he plays his own one of these. And if you go back and talk about the draft, we talked about how we took dwarfs so that we could free kill theirs when we go first. Okay, that didn't happen, but this is still pretty good. I just thought it might happen. The BG's client is rough. Sometimes I get 20-second turns. That's how Battlegrounds kind of is, though. It's dependent on when you finished your previous battle, I think. How fast. So if you play against like Baron Death Rattle comp, then it takes forever. if you play against like the ghost, then you'll have more time, which I think is kind of stupid, but I kind of get it because you don't want everybody waiting every turn. But there's weird little advantages in Battlegrounds. I would definitely pre-hit if I were him. Let's pretend like we're gonna kill it all so he doesn't. Oh fuck. That definitely didn't require as much thought as he gave it. You have to use the DC glitch to maximize your time? Yeah. I got to like 12k without disconnecting ever. Sometimes you needed it, but sometimes I would just close the game and reopen it myself. I have crap in the pool. I can't help but feel like you're in a cubicle while the room is shaped in that of a cube. Hey, who's spectating this game? Get out of here. Get on out of here. Riptality. All right, you can stay. You can stay. Who else is here? All right, if we can get the 4-drop that deals damage to the board, that'd be ideal here. If we can't, well, then we can't. Where's the stapler? I need my red stapler. I need to make it to Deathwing. Hey, don't worry, dude. I'm just kidding. I was kidding around. One of these two? Damn, that sucks. Made Tasney look up the Gimpy plant. Do the same if you lose the match. If I don't lose, do I not have to? Gimpy plant? Okay. 7 mana and buffed my... Oh, look at this hand. I deserve this. Dead Kazakis and a dead Deathwing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 4-drops. Ay, ay, ay. Top deck Abyssal? We have a lot of good draws. We also didn't draw well this game, so that's okay. I think I would have done, oh god, 2 of them in his top X amount of cards. That's not good for me. Okay, top deck Abyssal, they said. Oh, now I understand. Now it makes sense. Now we might make it to Deathwing, which is really important. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. Not Marsh Hydra, please. Baron Geddon, kind of bad. Actually, Geddon's bad too. Come on, Red. I'm trying my best. These are not it. I was kind of hoping for the Fire Breather, either off the tap or off the Discover. Still okay, but 2 turns away from Deathwing feels bad. What the? Well thought through play there, Redbeard. Yeah, right? I knew Geddon was bad for us, though. We're pretty good at this top decking and tapping thing. I mean, I don't think we actually optimally top decked nor tapped too well here. Alright, we're gonna win if we're not dead this turn. We're gonna lose if we're dead. If we're dead this turn, then we lose. But if we're not dead, we win. I'll trade. It's kind of like, hopefully, it's like if he rolls, you know, a Vagrant, obviously we're dead. If he rolls something that dies and we roll a Vagrant, we're probably okay still. Good game though. Watch us get the Vile Fiend next turn as well. It happened. Is that good or bad? Was that what I wanted to do? Dazed and Confused. What up, Dazed and Confused? How do I get 3 damage though? Like, I still have to trade. It's our best draw. Oh, I know. No, I don't know. Cable Rats, Spell Lackey, Demonic Studies, Minari Mosher, Lethal, easy. It happened, but we had to throw it away. Did we want Vile Fiend? I mean, it's a good draw because it didn't really do anything. Oh no, now Minari Mosher. I mean, I'll gain all my life back. Abyssal? 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 Oh, is Abyssal? No, no, no more, right? He said like 1,000,000. Oh dear. Abyssal? Why is everybody saying Abyssal? I'll say it again. 10 mana dead hand? I think he's just setting up lethal, right? So rather than play a bunch of 2/3s that die to Abyssal. Tap into Brittlebone? Yeah, we've got outs. We could hit a Brittlebone. Fire Breather's enough to kill this guy. You know what, enough? Blowgill Sniper's good enough. Broom is good enough to live, but probably not good enough to win. I guess this is our only play, right? Oh, I fucked up. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Sorry. Alright. He healed? So he got up to 21. He was at 18, but Abyssal wasn't enough anyway, right? Unless you meant he didn't hero power and he didn't heal. Any minion clears? Yeah, we're trying. I mean, yeah, you're right. I'd rather win, but we're doomed. We have outs still. I wish we could tap. I wish you could tap to find something. Oh, you scum. You scum. That fucking broom. Where's Alez when you need him? Alez. If only that broom had been an enhanced Dreadlord. That was a good game though. That's a good run. 11's good. We needed the early Vile Fiends. We need him to probably not have one of the Power of the Wilds. Yesterday 12, today 11, tomorrow 10. Oh, we ended on a 12 yesterday? Yeah, that's right. We had mostly infinite runs today. Our runs the last 3 or 4 days have been really incredible. I mean, outside of the mage we retired. I know we retired a mage, but I didn't want to play that turd.